This morning on DC News Now, fire breaks out at a Montgomery County elementary school overnight. What's next for the building already under construction? Plus, the Prince George's County mother in court today accused of trying to kill her own daughter.
I think it's absurd and it's ridiculous, and I don't know what's the world coming to.
Scattered rain across the region when the wet weather could impact you. Sending help for Helene.
We don't know what this storm's going to do. It's just in our blood that we are ready to help when anybody's in need.
Virginia's Task Force 1 on their way from Fairfax County to Florida. Plus, making the switch to self-driving trains. But will Metro's change keep you safe?
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, well, good morning, and thanks for starting your Wednesday with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Happy Wednesday to you. It is September the 25th and 6 o'clock this morning. Thanks for joining us. What day? Shanika's keeping an eye on those roads. Be safe as you get started this morning if you're heading out there behind the wheel. Let's turn things over to Jackie for that forecast today. People got to have that umbrella today.
Yeah, umbrella again. So the umbrella is getting a workout this week just because we've needed it. Not only Monday, but also Tuesday and now today as well. Looks like we should see drier conditions, at least for the most part, tomorrow. So at least we can look forward to that. Out there right now, though, we do need that umbrella, especially right around the Beltway and around the district. But we'll have more of that rainfall continuing to push its way in. This batch of rain down towards our south will continue to fill in through the latter half of the morning and into the early afternoon. So we're not out of the woods just yet for the day today. Visibility reduced down about 3 miles in DC, about a mile in Culpeper and Woodstock. So varying visibility across the area. Some areas seeing that lower visibility than others, but we'll likely see some of those rain showers sticking around through at least the early afternoon. More details coming up, but Shanika's back with the latest on those roadways facing out there right now.
All right, good morning. Top of the 6 o'clock hour. There's a lot going on, it seems like, in this just one spot here along 66 heading westbound. This is right near Spout Run Parkway. You are getting by to the left because of this one crash, and you can see those flashing lights there. Let's look at your map. So that's in Arlington. For the rest of your commute, you should be okay, and you're really not seeing much happening here as far as delays are concerned. You're just seeing a tap on your brakes, and then that's just about it. Voila, you're looking good. 66 overall, 95 north and southbound, you're looking good in the Capitol Beltway. Everything is looking good and clear.
All right, thank you, Shanika. Crews in Montgomery County battling a fire at an empty school.
Yeah, that fire started around 9 o'clock last night at Joanne Lelik Elementary School. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is live at the scene this morning. At Tosin, we saw in that last hour, it looks like those flames that were burning then may have been put out, at least right now.
Well, Corey, they actually haven't been. It seemed like the flames were reducing a little bit, but they just keep shooting out. Take a look at this behind me. For a minute there, it looked like these flames were out. And then it seemed like probably 20 minutes or so ago, I could see them just shooting back out. They have been dousing these flames with fire for at least 8 hours because this fire started at 9 o'clock last night. And the flames are in two different portions. There's one right in front of us that you can see, and there's one a little to our right. And it just looks like the flames keep popping up from different portions of this building. If there's a little bit of good news to this, is that this will not disrupt students, and that is because fire officials say this building, Joanne Lelik Elementary School, was set to be demolished, and the students were already relocated and were not using this building, but the fire has caused major damage. Fire officials say they were a couple miles away responding to a different call when they received the call for this fire here at this elementary school. Now, like I said, this was at about 9 last night. We're told someone was passing by the area and called it in. I do have to tell you, behind us, there are apartments or what looks like houses behind us besides where the school is. Now, fire officials say it was a pretty big fire and was an advanced fire, and crews had some access issues while they were trying to put out the flames.
The access was a little limited for us initially. We had to open up some fences. Obviously, there was a lot of construction equipment in the area as well, so that had to be used. But again, we went in to do some of the interior attack initially, but because of the large volume of fire, we did the exterior attack, knocked it down.
Right there. All right, if you guys can come back to us live. If you move, I don't know if my photographer Tim can see it, right where the name of the school is, you can now see black smoke. Tim, if you could pan a little to the right, you should be able to see it. Black, thick smoke coming from this building. And like I told you guys, it's been, at this point, 9 hours, because this fire started at 9 o'clock last night. Now we're seeing thick black smoke. You're seeing the fire from flames from different portions of this building, and we're told firefighters had to call for additional alarms last night, and that means they needed additional firefighters and more water to knock down the flames. And I can tell you extensive damage so far, at least from fire officials, what they told us last night. The midway of the hallway, some classrooms, all the way to the gym. And obviously with the flames still going, you can expect that there will still be some extensive damage to this building. Stay with DC News now. We'll bring you another live report in an hour. But for now, in Montgomery County, I'm Tosin Fakile. Corey and Tanaya, back to you.
Yeah, that black thick smoke, Tosin, often a sign of the active fire there. And you think about the rain, too, that we had last night, still burning at this hour. Just shows how intense that blaze is right now. Tosin, thank you. Time right now, 6:05 on this Wednesday morning here. Developing now, a woman is dead in Prince George's County, Maryland. Police are searching for the shooter. Now, officers say she was found in a home around 11 o'clock last night near 62nd and Eastern Avenues in Fairmont Heights. According to police, the woman had multiple gunshot wounds. Detectives say they are working to identify suspects and a motive. Anyone with information, call Prince George's County Police. In Montgomery County, Maryland, a public safety town hall meeting taking place at Wheaton Library and Recreation Center tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock. Officials say the goal is to discuss key issues like public safety legislation, opioid treatment for youth, and recruitment efforts for police and 911 operators. Councilmember Natalie Fanzigales is leading the forum. Montgomery County Police, the Maryland General Assembly delegation for Districts 18 and 19, along with other local organizations, are also expected to participate. And happening overnight, protesters taking to the streets, speaking out against Israel's actions in the Middle East.
That is right. Demonstrations in front of the White House and the Washington Post headquarters calling for the U.S. to stop weapons shipments to Israel. Now, this comes as Israel escalating tensions with Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. This week, Israeli strikes in Lebanon killed at least 560 people and forced thousands to seek refuge. Hezbollah says it will continue its rocket attacks until there is a ceasefire in Gaza. Back home, protesters say they want the U.S. to enact an arms embargo and stop being complicit in what they say is a genocide in Gaza.
$3.8 billion sent to Israel every single year just for their military objectives, just for them to buy weapons. So the American people are continuing to demand that their tax dollars are not used for them, and they don't want to be complicit in this genocide.
Well, Israel's military campaign in Gaza, nearing a year, has killed more than 40,000 Palestinians. That is according to Gaza's health ministry. The UN says the majority of Gaza's 2.3 million residents are currently displaced, and aid groups fear outbreaks of polio and other diseases. All right, well, a Prince George's County mother accused of shooting her teenage daughter is set to face a judge today.
Yeah, DC News Now's Liberty Simmons in the studio this morning with the details of this case in Liberty. This is just a story that pulls at your heartstrings.
Yeah, very tragic. Corey and Tanaya, 32-year-old Talika Brown is accused of shooting her own 13-year-old daughter in the upper body. She now faces several charges, including first-degree attempted murder. Sept Pleasant Police Department responded to the mother's home in the 500 block of 69th Place on Monday. That's where they found her 13-year-old daughter suffering from gunshot wounds. The teen was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Police say Brown gave multiple different stories about how her daughter was shot, and she even told police the teen was shot on her way home from school. Now, the acting SPPD chief, Cedric Hayward, called the shooting tragic. He said it is heart-wrenching when the perpetrator is supposed to be your protector. He worried about the teen's emotional trauma from this going forward, and he vowed to hold Brown accountable for her actions. And Brown's bail hearing is set for today at 1:15 this afternoon. I'll send it to you, Tanaya.
All right, thank you, Liberty. Well, right now, dozens of first responders from Fairfax County are in Florida to help with Tropical Storm Helene. 80 people and 4 dogs are out on this FEMA-coordinated trip from Virginia Task Force 1. Now, this is the 3rd straight year they are doing this. Their efforts include a wide area team, a water rescue team, and a group trained to help people out of collapsed buildings. While they admit this is dangerous work, many crew members say the mission gives them a sense of purpose.
A lot of anxiety, a lot of excitement. We're highly skilled, highly trained individuals. This is like our Super Bowl for us. We train very hard for these moments.
Now, Helene could be a major storm and is projected to make landfall on the Florida Gulf Coast tomorrow.
Time right now coming up on 6:10 on this Wednesday morning in D.C. More bathrooms are coming to the National Mall. The National Park Service is planning to replace all bathrooms between the Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument. It's also planning to build new ones in other locations as well. We spoke with some people who say they're excited about having new places to relieve themselves.
You have to go to the bathroom. You don't want to get caught going in public anywhere that you might get a public indecency.
Well, again, I'm disabled. I have disability. And it would be a plus.
The National Capital Planning Commission is expected to decide on a National Park Service plan during its meeting next month.
All right, your time right now is 6:10 on a Wednesday, giving elementary students some new shoes.
Yeah, still ahead this morning, the event helping Prince George's County kids in Maryland get a new pair of kicks today. Plus, treating yourself to Halloween shopping. We're going to help you stretch your dollar with some scary deals on costumes and candy along with decorations.
But first, we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, it is not the prettiest start to our day once again.
Yeah, it's looking a bit gloomy again as you're heading out on this Wednesday. Not only tracking the patchy dense fog, we're also seeing a few light rain showers. Those are mainly over northern Virginia, D.C., Montgomery County as we speak, but more of the steadier rain is just down towards our south. I'll have more details on when that slides in coming up.